you know what? You're gonna have to bail me out of jail.
How's your personality?
My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. His son, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Never kill nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want.
Got totally spun out on uppers, and I was up for days on end, and I started punching out different things in my guest house.
Lucky in the sense that I have parents that care about me.
These years ago, Kanye knows what happened to his mother. I wish he would tell the truth about it. And now he's saying my mother was sacrificed.
Kanye West was right yet again. And this changes everything we thought we knew about why Nick Reiner killed his parents. Word on the street is that just days before he took out Rob and Michele, he had an explosive fight with them that had to do with SA. Basically, people are saying this entire situation is the Menendez Brothers 2.0. Apparently, Nick's so-called mental illness was never real. It was just a ploy to make him seem crazy so no one would believe him. Okay, so on December 14th, 2025, Rob Reiner and his wife Michele Singer Reiner were found stabbed to death in their Brentwood, Los Angeles home. Their bodies were found by their daughter Romy, and according to their death certificates, they died from multiple sharp force injuries within minutes of the attack. Their son Nick Reiner was arrested hours later near USC in downtown LA. Surveillance footage shows him walking into a gas station before his arrest. He has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder with a deadly weapon, but the prosecutors are still not letting up on him because they are seeking an enhanced sentence, potentially life without parole or the death penalty.
Obtained surveillance footage verified by NBC News shows Nick Reiner walking into a gas station and buying a drink. Moments later, police arrested him in downtown LA, just hours after his parents' bodies were found in the bedroom of their Brentwood home.
Reports indicate Nick had been off his regular schizophrenia medication, allegedly making him unstable and delusional. And get this, he reportedly believes he's in jail due to a conspiracy and doesn't fully understand the charges. It turns out he initially didn't even want help. His parents literally had to force him there, and he ended up resenting them for it big time. He was placed in a year-long mental health conservatorship in 2020 by a judge, leading to him being involuntarily held for psychiatric treatment for years against his will.
Startling new report. Nick Reiner was under a conservatorship 5 years before he allegedly killed his parents.
We know that Nick himself was only under this conservatorship for 1 year.
We spoke to attorney Tamar Armanak, who represented the family of Amanda Bynes during her conservatorship. She says that in an attempt to save his life, Nick's family had him placed in an LPS conservatorship, which is much stricter than what Britney Spears and Wendy Williams faced.
His initial high-profile attorney, Alan Jackson, withdrew in January 2026, after getting all arraignment postponed to February 23, 2026. A potential insanity plea is speculated due to his mental health history. But as I said, the prosecutors don't plan to let him get away with this so easily by using his mental illness as an excuse. Not only that, but it also turns out that the night before the attack, Nick argued with Rob at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party and was described as disruptive.
To Nick's bizarre behavior at Conan O'Brien's holiday party just hours before the murders.
Nick's demeanor was very odd. People were kind of baffled by him. He was going up to people, asking them, "What's your name? What's your last name? Are you famous?" Which is, very bizarre behavior. And some people thought he may have even come off the street.
Was he specifically asked to leave?
I believe he was asked to leave, but I believe that his parents left with him.
And if you thought all this was bad, wait till you hear the rest of it. After his arrest, multiple videos of him started resurfacing on social media, and one of them was a disturbing video of him voicing out some creepy thoughts he had been having about murdering his parents. What's even more creepy is that while he was saying all these things, he could be seen walking around the Brentwood estate, the same house that he unalived Rob and Michele in. The entire video is basically him tapping into his dark alter ego and letting out his most disturbing thoughts. At the time, most people didn't think much of it, but looking back, these were many of the warning signs.
Sometimes I just come out to gather my sick thoughts.
Your first and last name for me.
I ain't gotta tell you my first and last name. Most people know me as Diddy David. I'm a snail and I never gonna fail. And you know what? You're gonna have to bail me out of jail.
Anyway, people started looking into why Nick would do this to Rob and Michele. and they started alleging that he did it because Rob was allegedly SAing him. People are comparing it to the case with the Menendez brothers, claiming that while Rob was allegedly doing this, Michele knew about it and still kept quiet. People were saying things like, Nick Reiner was the victim of extreme SA by Rob Reiner for decades, and we're just gonna pretend this came out of nowhere. Carl Reiner belonged to an SC ritual mistreatment cabal. He and his cabal anally SA'd Rob. Rob and his wife were part of the same SRA cabal, and he and his cabal anally SA'd Nick. Addiction was only the symptom. Substances covered the pain and hate. He hated his monster parents. Now, when all this came out, a lot of people brought up Kanye West because he has been blowing the whistle about this for a very long time, but no one was taking him seriously. He didn't explicitly mention Rob in his rants, but he did talk about these Hollywood elites doing sick things to people just to keep up with their status in the industry. But if y'all remember, when Kanye was saying all these things, people labeled him crazy, and he was even threatened by some elites who said they would put him in a mental health facility till he actually became crazy.
Control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name.
And let's not forget when Kanye revealed during a 2015 interview with Q magazine that he sacrificed his mother for money and fame. He said, "My mom, if I had never moved to LA, she'd be alive." I don't want to go too far into it because it will bring me to tears. One of the threats he received was this text message from Harley Pasternak that said, "I'm going to help you in one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use curse words, and everything that is discussed is based on fact, and not some crazy stuff that a dumb friend of yours told you, or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again where they medicate the crap out of you, and you go back to zombie land forever. Playdate with the kids just won't be the same." Notice how Harley said he would send Kanye to an institution again? That was because back in 2016, Kanye was arrested and thrown into a mental hospital for evaluation without his consent. And guess where the arrest happened? Harley Pasternak's house. I don't know about y'all, but if Kanye was not up to something, they would not be going out of their way to threaten his life like this. As usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said, "The suddenness and fury and intimacy of Rob Reiner's murder doesn't look like seeking behavior. How does berating Rob at a party get Nick? I don't buy it. It looks like the rage of a assault victim. It looks exactly like the Menendez brothers." Another person said, "I believe this is deep. Rob as a child was SA'd by his father, Carl Reiner. In Hollywood, perversion is control and promotion. What mistreatment did Nick endure?" As y'all can see, everyone seems to believe the claims that Nick did this because Rob did something to him and Michele knew about it. Once again, since none of this is confirmed, we'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, though, I want to know what you think. Do you really believe the claims that Rob touched Nicki inappropriately? And what do you think about Nick and Kanye conveniently being put in mental health facilities after speaking out? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.